Chosen one, a divine shift has been set in motion for you. This is not a random coincidence. This is not a hopeful fantasy. This is not an illusion. It's a prophecy, a spiritual confirmation, and a financial breakthrough being prepared for you behind the scenes of what you can see with your natural eyes. A huge financial check is coming, specifically marked with your name, wrapped in divine favor, and guided by supernatural forces to land right where you are. What you've been waiting for is already on its way. Stay with me until the very end of this video, because by simply allowing this message to reach the depths of your spirit, you are opening yourself up to the energy of miracles. Type your warmest wishes in the comments and write 99 to activate this sacred connection. Your wishes are being heard, and the universe is aligning with your faith. When energy meets intention and spirit aligns with destiny, nothing can block your abundance. Not one thing. So declare what you desire with boldness, because this is your time. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. You've been in a waiting room for what feels like forever. You've watched others receive what seemed to pass you by. You've remained loyal, diligent, faithful, working, believing, praying, crying. And still, at times, you wondered, when will it be my turn? Let me tell you, your turn isn't just coming, it's arrived. A huge financial check is being divinely orchestrated with your destiny. The check may not come in a way you expect. It may not have the form your mind imagined. But it will come with a power your soul has always known. It will arrive wrapped in the fingerprints of God, soaked in the oil of divine timing. Every struggle you've endured, every sleepless night, every delayed promise, it was not in vain. It was building interest on a miracle. What you thought was a loss was actually a setup for surplus. What felt like a delay was divine protection. The reason your blessing took this long is because it had to be prepared just right. The right people had to be placed in position. The right opportunity had to be unlocked. The right moment had to be declared. And that moment is now. You may feel like the odds are stacked against you, but let me remind you, when the odds are against the chosen one, the impossible becomes the standard. That's when divine reversals happen. That's when checks appear in mailboxes without explanation. That's when your bank account shows numbers you never imagined. The power behind this financial check is not just earthly, it's spiritual. It's sourced from realms higher than your understanding, and it's coming with confirmation. This check is more than just money. It's a reward. It's a token of honor from the heavens. It's a holy acknowledgement that your obedience, your discipline, your perseverance has not gone unnoticed. You're not receiving just finances. You're receiving restoration. Every dollar you're about to receive carries a weight of divine approval. This isn't money for survival. This is money for transformation. This is money for purpose. This is money that carries legacy. You've been entrusted with this moment. Yes, you may not feel worthy. You may question if you're ready. But let me speak life into you right now. You were born for this. You were prepared for this. You were chosen to be the vessel through which abundance flows. The check coming to you is a sign of what's to come. It's the opening act. It's a sacred announcement to you and the world that your season of lack has expired, and the season of overflow has begun. Many around you won't understand how this blessing arrived. They'll question why you. They'll wonder what you did differently. But only you and the heavens know the truth. You carried burdens in silence. You fought silent battles. You planted seeds when you had barely anything to give. And now, harvest has shown up. Not a partial harvest, not a delayed one, but a full, overflowing, undeniable one. This financial check is not the end, it's the beginning. It's your entrance into a new level of wealth consciousness. It's your initiation into the realm where favor speaks louder than credit scores. where alignment trumps anxiety, and where supernatural provision overrides natural limitation. You're not going to have to chase after what belongs to you. It's coming to find you. It's attracted to your anointing. There are people being stirred right now with the urge to bless you. They may not know why, but they'll feel drawn to send, to give, to support. Unexpected sources, unexpected emails, unexpected letters, unexpected doors. This is what happens when the heavens have released the word, send it now. Your check is not just in the works, it's already released. What's been held up is being let loose. What's been delayed is being delivered. And here's what's even more powerful. This is not a one-time miracle. This is the unlocking of a financial rhythm. A new divine cycle. One that doesn't just deliver checks to you once, but continuously. You are entering into an era where checks will keep coming. Money will follow you. Opportunities will be attracted to you. You'll walk into rooms and solutions will seek your name. What you once begged for, you'll now manage. The reason this check is so huge isn't just about the number. It's about the shift it represents. This is generational impact. This is vision funding. This is debt cancellation. This is the down payment on dreams. This is the financial grace that allows you to walk with dignity, no longer begging, no longer scraping, no longer just getting by. You are rising into financial authority. The kingdom within you is about to be funded. This is why the warfare was so heavy. The opposition wasn't because you were weak. It was because you're chosen. It was because your check is connected to your calling. The enemy doesn't attack empty vessels. He attacks what's full. And you, chosen one, are full of potential, full of promise, and full of prophetic riches. But nothing can block what God has already approved. No force can stop what's already signed in the Spirit. You've been faithful over little. Now you're being made ruler over much. And this much comes in the form of financial checks, wired blessings, digital deposits, inheritance streams, and uncommon favor. You won't need to prove yourself to anyone. The fruit will speak. The increase will speak. The check itself will speak. It will say, "This one is chosen." You're about to open a letter, a notification, or an envelope that changes your whole financial picture. Get ready. Prepare the account. Prepare your mind. Prepare your new schedule. Because you're moving from wondering how it will happen to living inside of the reality that it already has. This isn't hope anymore. This is fulfillment. This is the tangible result of invisible faith. Chosen one, your days of just surviving are over. You're about to thrive like never before. You're about to hold proof in your hands that God was working, even when you saw nothing. You're about to feel the rush of joy, the deep breath of relief, and the realization that you didn't miss anything. You were being prepared for this moment the entire time, and now, it's yours. Chosen one, your name is being whispered in rooms you've never entered. Decisions are being made right now that will bless your financial destiny in a way you cannot yet imagine. Conversations are taking place behind closed doors where your favor is being negotiated in your absence. Why? Because heaven already confirmed your access. You've entered a divine agreement where what's yours can no longer be withheld. The huge financial check that's heading your way is not just backed by paper or numbers. It's backed by divine decree. This moment was prophesied through your pain. Every rejection you faced was secretly rerouting you toward this divine payday. Each delay sharpened your discernment. Every loss fine-tuned your alignment. You had to walk through certain deserts to learn that even without resources, you were still rich in favor. But now, the test has passed. Now, you are being rewarded. This check is not a random coincidence. It's a spiritual transaction birthed through obedience and endurance. Chosen one, the heavens didn't forget your tears. They didn't overlook your sacrifices. What you gave when you had nothing did not go unnoticed. What you shared while struggling didn't go unrecorded. And now, you're being remembered. There's a divine memory being activated over your life, and it's being expressed in the form of favor-filled finances. You are not forgotten. You are favored. The check that's coming has spiritual fingerprints on it. It's not normal. It's not regular. It's not explainable in logical terms. It's a miracle in motion. It's a testimony unfolding. When you receive it, you won't just feel rich. You'll feel recognized. You'll feel seen. You'll feel validated. You'll feel covered. This check comes with healing in its digits. It brings closure to the seasons that tried to steal your hope. You've carried the weight of lack for too long. You've lived in survival mode while your spirit craved something higher. You always knew you weren't made for scarcity. You always felt the discomfort of limitation, not because you were ungrateful, but because your soul was created for more. And now, that more is arriving with undeniable clarity. A check so large, so precise, so divine, it will silence doubt and crush fear. This is your harvest. This is your divine inheritance. This is your proof that spiritual obedience creates material manifestation. The currency of faith has always been more powerful than the currency of man. And your faith, chosen one, has finally matured into favor that can no longer be denied. It's attracting resources like a magnet. It's drawing abundance like a gravitational force. The check isn't just financial, it's energetic. It's supernatural. It carries the essence of victory. And you will not receive this check in shame. You will not hide it. You will not apologize for it. You will not shrink to make others comfortable. You've lived small for too long. Now it's time to walk tall. Now it's time to live in the overflow without guilt. You earned this, not through striving, but through surrender. Not through perfection, but through perseverance. You qualified through the fire. And now comes the gold. Watch how quickly your life begins to elevate. This check is the ignition, but not the limit. It's the start of a new flow. After this, more will come. More doors, more deposits, more divine alignments. Your wallet won't be able to hold the size of your next blessing, so it's being upgraded. Your capacity is expanding. Your ability to manage wealth is increasing because you are no longer just surviving. You are stewarding. You'll find that this check doesn't just bless you, it blesses others. It inspires. It uplifts. It becomes a message to others that God is still delivering miracles in secret. You'll become living proof that favor is still being mailed, wired, and signed. Your name is not just on a bank account. It's on a scroll of blessings. You've stepped into divine circulation. Abundance is now your address. Checks are now your language. The people who looked down on you will now have no choice but to look up. They'll watch in awe as your financial story turns from drought to overflow. But remember this, your wealth is not their concern. You don't owe explanations. You owe gratitude. And that gratitude will pour out through generosity, not guilt. Through expansion, not apology. You're stepping into a realm where impact and income are inseparable. Don't try to calculate this blessing with logic. Don't try to map it with old strategies. This check is not tied to your labor. It's tied to your legacy. It's coming because of who you are, not just what you've done. You are a chosen vessel, a carrier of overflow, a portal for prosperity. Heaven saw your hands open, and now your hands will be full. Full of blessing, full of opportunity, full of unstoppable favor. Your steps are now marked by acceleration. Things that used to take years will take days. Things that took months will happen in moments. The energy around you has shifted. Your name is being called into places of power. This financial check is confirmation that your life is no longer in the shadows. You've stepped into the spotlight of divine provision, and the glow cannot be dimmed. Chosen one, the winds are blowing in your favor. The waves are moving you toward miracles. And the check that's coming carries more than currency. It carries your upgrade. It's coated with elevation. It's soaked in purpose. It's filled with the evidence that you've transitioned from trials to triumph. You're no longer waiting for a sign. The check is the sign. The money is the message. The blessing is the breakthrough. And when you receive it, I want you to pause and remember this moment. This moment where you chose to believe. This moment where you opened your heart, widened your expectations, and stepped fully into faith. That faith is about to reward you beyond what words can express. Your future just became more powerful than your past. And your present is now the scene of divine manifestation. Prepare to receive like never before. The doors are opening. The check is coming. The blessing has your name on it. And nothing can stop it now. Chosen one, there is a shift taking place not just around you, but within you. This isn't just about receiving a huge financial check. It's about becoming someone who is forever aligned with the vibration of wealth, peace, and purpose. It's not just about what's coming into your hands, but what's awakening in your spirit. You are stepping into a season where financial overflow is the byproduct of your inner transformation. You've risen, and now the blessings must rise to meet you. This check that's on its way is not a result of your striving. It's the reward of your surrender. You said yes when everything around you said no. You stayed on the path when it would have been easier to quit. You endured the ridicule, the silence, the setbacks. You kept planting seeds even when the soil felt dry. And now, the harvest is erupting with power. It is no longer a matter of if, it's when. And when is now. The atmosphere around you has changed. What you attract has changed. You're no longer in the realm of scraping by or barely making ends meet. That version of your life has expired. The frequency you now carry only matches abundance. You speak and things shift. You think it, and the universe responds. You walk into rooms, and opportunities sense your presence. You've become magnetic to miracles. And this check, it's the proof of your alignment. It's a love letter from the heavens, a confirmation that you're no longer where you used to be. It's evidence that you're operating on a divine frequency. People may see the money and celebrate the amount, but what they won't see is the spiritual breakthrough it represents. They won't see the nights you cried, the days you almost gave up, the invisible battles you won just to keep your head high and your heart open. But heaven saw it. And heaven is now responding in full. This is not a lottery. This is not luck. This is legacy. You were marked for this moment, long before you ever knew it. You were designed to carry overflow, to distribute blessing, to move resources in places where healing and hope are needed. And the check that's coming isn't random, it's strategic. It's being sent to someone who knows how to turn favor into fruit. Someone who doesn't just receive wealth, but multiplies it. Someone who's not owned by money, but guided by purpose. You're about to walk into situations where your financial power opens doors that were once bolted shut. You're going to experience what it feels like to fund your own dreams, and someone else's too. You'll no longer have to ask for help. You'll be the one others come to for help. Not because you're better than them, but because your abundance is the answer they've been praying for. That's how powerful you are, chosen one. You are a carrier of divine provision, a walking reservoir of spiritual and material wealth. You don't just talk about blessings. You become the blessing. This financial check will introduce you to a version of yourself you've never met before. Not a stranger, but the real you. The one who was always waiting beneath the layers of stress, anxiety, and financial struggle. The version of you who dreams boldly, lives freely, and gives generously. The version who walks with authority, who doesn't hesitate, who doesn't shrink, who doesn't fear the future because you know abundance is guaranteed. You'll notice the shift not just in your wallet, but in your environment. As this money flows in, stagnant energy will flow out. Toxic people will fall off. Stressful obligations will dissolve. What used to weigh heavily on you will suddenly feel light. Because when financial weight is lifted, spiritual creativity can rise. You'll start to think clearer, dream wider, move faster, because you're no longer trapped in the cycle of lack. This huge check isn't just currency. It's freedom. It's time. It's energy. It's restoration. It's proof that you've crossed over. You're stepping into what some only dream about. And you're doing it without compromise, without begging, without losing yourself. This is wealth that keeps you whole, not wealth that costs you peace. As the check makes its way to you, don't be surprised if your body starts to feel different, if your spirit begins to stir, if you begin to feel anticipation for no reason. That's your inner guidance recognizing the blessing before it physically arrives. That's your soul shouting, "It's almost here." That's the signal that your life is being rewritten in real time. You're being rewarded not just because you believed, but because you refused to give up. You endured when others collapsed. You believed when others doubted. You spoke life when the situation looked like death. And now, you're being shown just how real this journey of faith truly is. You're being proven right, by results. You're entering financial rooms that once ignored you. You're being seated at tables that once denied you. And you'll walk in with grace. Not with arrogance, not with bitterness, but with a smile that says, "I knew it was only a matter of time." You'll know the check is from the divine because it will be timed perfectly. Not early, not late, but right in the moment where it makes the most impact. When it clears your burdens, when it opens doors, when it unlocks joy, and when it makes the doubters silent. This isn't a handout. This is a divine release. The check is coming with your name printed clearly on it, because what's yours can't be taken. What's yours can't be delayed anymore. You've reached the moment where the heavens have declared, "Release it now." Chosen one, rest, celebrate, smile, stay open. Don't try to figure out how it will come. Just know that it is already in motion. The systems have aligned, the universe has said yes, and your next blessing has been scheduled. Your time is now. Chosen one, let's get one thing clear. You're not just receiving money. You're receiving divine authority. This huge financial check is more than a transaction. It is a transfer of power. It's heaven handing you the keys and saying, "Now it's your turn." You're not going to need to explain it. You're not going to need to justify it. When the blessing lands, it will be undeniable. Your life will speak for itself. You are walking into a realm of financial certainty, a life where lack no longer has a seat at your table. You are stepping into overflow, not just for show, not just for a moment, but for a lifestyle. This is long-term provision. This is sustained abundance. This is financial peace that doesn't waver, even when the world shakes. The check that's on its way to you is sacred. It's not like anything you've ever touched before. It carries with it more than money. It carries permission. Permission to rise. Permission to create. Permission to relax. Permission to invest in yourself. Permission to breathe again. You will feel it the moment you hold it or see it land in your account. The energy around you will shift. Your atmosphere will recognize the breakthrough before your mind can catch up. This is a divine financial appointment. The universe has been preparing this moment while you were preparing your soul. That season you spent in isolation, that was the refinement. Those long nights of prayer and silence, that was the spiritual alignment. The season where nothing seemed to work, that was the pruning. Because what's coming to you now couldn't be delivered to the old version of you. You had to evolve to receive this check. You had to grow into it. And now you're ready. You're ready to receive this financial blessing without fear of losing it, without fear of sabotage, without fear of being seen. You've done the inner work. You've healed wounds most people still run from. You've learned how to move with peace, how to stay calm in chaos, how to trust when there's no evidence. You've reached a level of emotional maturity that can hold the weight of wealth. Because this is heavy wealth. This is not a tip or a token. This is an overflow that changes the way you live, the way you think, the way you give. This is a check that funds ideas, that pays off every last debt, that wipes the stress off your face. This is wealth that puts you in rooms where people talk vision, not survival. Where the conversations are about expansion, not exhaustion. And here's what's wild. This isn't even the peak. This is the beginning. The check is a door, not a ceiling. Once it arrives, other things will begin to fall into place rapidly. Other blessings that were waiting on this financial release will now start showing up. The check is like a master key. Once it enters your life, it unlocks multiple other doors. Some you didn't even know were locked. Expect upgrades in unexpected areas. Expect favor in places that used to be difficult. Expect people who once ignored you to suddenly recognize your value. Expect invitations, approvals, confirmations. Expect to see your name attached to things you only once dreamed of. This is how divine favor works. When the check hits, it announces a new cycle. But don't just focus on the numbers. Focus on the meaning, the message behind the miracle. This check is a signal, a trumpet sound, a supernatural announcement that says, this one has been approved. You're no longer waiting in the spiritual lobby. You've been called into the manifestation office. The signature has been added. The release has been granted. You'll begin to notice how differently you move in this season. You won't operate from pressure anymore. You'll make decisions from peace. You'll respond to problems with power. You'll begin to trust your intuition more, because you'll realize that everything you need is already within you. And now the outside world is catching up. The check is just the physical echo of what your spirit already knew. You were always chosen to be provided for abundantly. You're going to stop budgeting your joy. Stop rationing your dreams. Stop second-guessing your worth. Because the check won't just validate your prayers, it'll amplify your confidence. It'll awaken a version of you that's bold, unapologetic, generous, and focused. Not distracted by the noise, not fazed by the doubts. You'll walk with the grace of someone who knows they've already won. And yes, people will talk. They'll have opinions. But none of it will matter. Because when you carry divine receipts, you don't argue with critics. You just keep rising. You just keep blessing others. You just keep moving forward with purpose. That check didn't come from man. It came from God. And because of that, it is secured. It can't be revoked. It can't be intercepted. It can't be reversed. This is your moment to live in freedom, to explore new paths, to say yes to what once felt impossible. You won't have to settle anymore. You won't have to shrink. This financial release gives you room to breathe and space to build. You'll remember what it feels like to create without stress, to give without lack, to rest without guilt. That's the real wealth. And that's what's being deposited into your life. So get ready. Prepare your hands. Prepare your space. Prepare your future. Because it's not just coming. It's here. The final pieces are falling into place. The check is closer than you think, and when it arrives, it will be right on time. Not just for your needs, but for your dreams. This is the season where everything shifts. Chosen one, let's talk about why the timing of this financial check is so significant. It's not just showing up when you want it. It's showing up when you are finally ready to handle it with wisdom, clarity, and strategy. It's arriving in a moment when you are mentally sharper, spiritually stronger, and emotionally wiser. This isn't just wealth landing in your hands. This is wealth landing in the hands of a healed version of you. And that makes all the difference. In the past, you might have mishandled it. You might have let fear speak louder than vision. You might have given away too much or accepted too little. But not anymore. You've grown. You've evolved. You've been through too much not to steward this correctly. You now know the value of timing, the cost of purpose, and the power of discipline. So when this check reaches you, you'll know exactly what to do with it. It won't be about flaunting, it'll be about fulfilling. Fulfilling missions that have waited for funding. Fulfilling promises you made to yourself when you had nothing but faith. Fulfilling the dreams you whispered late at night when you couldn't sleep because you didn't know how you'd survive. This check is not for image, it's for impact. And you, chosen one, are about to make impact on a level that shakes the atmosphere around you. There's something about a person who has been through the fire and comes out gold. That's who you are. That's what this financial release represents. Refinement. Purification. Proof that pressure produces power. When people see the abundance flowing into your life, they won't even realize the battles you overcame to get here. But that's okay, because the win is yours to enjoy. The blessing is yours to embrace. You're going to feel a deep sense of peace when it comes. Not the kind of excitement that burns out quickly, but the type of stillness that confirms everything in your life is finally aligning. That moment when the check clears, or when the notification hits your phone, you'll feel a spiritual exhale, a release, a divine confirmation that says, now the real journey begins. Because now, you're walking as the version of you that abundance was always looking for. This money will speak for you in places where you were previously ignored. It will open doors that once seemed welded shut. It will create space for you to focus on your gifts, your purpose, your higher calling. It will make room for your creativity to breathe, for your vision to be heard. You are entering into a season where money will no longer be a barrier, but a bridge. A bridge to opportunities, a bridge to healing, a bridge to legacy. Don't be surprised if, after this financial check arrives, your entire circle begins to shift. The people you attract will start to mirror your new vibration. You'll connect with other visionaries, other givers, other builders, other souls who understand the mission and aren't intimidated by your elevation. Because wealth attracts alignment when you're walking in purpose. You'll be able to say yes to the right things and no to the wrong ones. You won't have to chase. You won't have to beg. You won't have to hustle for crumbs anymore. Because the table you've been building in the spirit is now being manifested in the physical. The table is set. And you, chosen one, are the honored guest. This check is also coming to break cycles. Cycles of financial trauma, generational patterns of struggle, emotional chains tied to survival. You are not just being blessed for you. You are breaking something open for the ones coming after you. Your children, your legacy, your community. They will rise because you rose. They will live freer because you refused to stay bound. Chosen one, your effort ends here. Abundance begins now. This is not just a sentence. This is a decree, a spiritual announcement, a divine shift that has been whispered over your life for a long time. And now, it is being spoken out loud. You've carried burdens for far too long. You've pushed, pulled, hustled, fought, and kept going even when your spirit was running on empty. But now, the energy is shifting. The doors that were once sealed shut are swinging wide open, not by your force, but by divine favor. What once required every ounce of your strength is now going to flow to you with grace. This is the moment where heaven touches earth for you. Watch this video until the very end, where the winds of the universe begin to move in your favor without the strain you've grown used to. You are no longer required to labor to prove yourself, to fight to survive, or to beg to receive. You've already planted the seeds, and now the soil of your life is ripe with fruit. Chosen one. If you're watching this video right now, I encourage you to pause and take a deep breath. Let go of the tension, allow yourself to receive, and comment your warmest wishes and type 99 below to seal it into the atmosphere. This is your chapter of wishes fulfilled and universal alignment. The universe is fully charged, and your energy is matching it perfectly. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. You don't have to keep proving your worth. Your worth has already been recognized in the spiritual realm. The sacrifices you made in silence, the nights you cried when no one saw, the days you gave when you had nothing left to give, all of it has been accounted for. There is a spiritual accounting book, and your name is not only written in it, it's circled, highlighted, set apart. The effort you gave wasn't in vain. It was an offering. And now, that offering is being honored. You don't need to try anymore. You need only to receive. There's a sacred energy around you right now. A magnetic pull that is drawing abundance to you in ways you never imagined. People you've never met are being assigned to bless you. Opportunities you never pursued are now pursuing you. Your effort has built a foundation. But the house that is rising now? It's being built by grace. You don't have to lift another stone. The construction is complete. The blessings are being delivered. And the only thing you must do now is open the door. Abundance doesn't arrive with chaos. It arrives in calm. It shows up when you've stopped striving. When you stop running, the blessings can finally catch you. And they are, right now. The old cycle of overworking, overgiving, overcompensating, it's broken. The effort that drained you is no longer needed. You've entered into the realm of overflow. And in this realm, manifestation doesn't come from movement. It comes from alignment. And you are aligned. Let yourself rest in this truth. It's already yours. The abundance, the wealth, the favor, the support, the answered prayers. It is all moving toward you now. It's not delayed. It's not denied. It's here. It's happening. And it's happening because the universe finally got the green light. The heavens have signed off. The command has been given. What was once stuck is now flowing. What was once delayed is now being expedited. The delivery trucks of destiny are on their way, and they've got your name etched into every single package. And here's the most beautiful part. None of this requires you to break yourself anymore. No more exhaustion. No more doing 10 times as much for a fraction of the return. No more begging to be seen or praying to be chosen. You've already been seen. You've already been chosen. You've already been approved. And now? Now you're being rewarded. There is a wave of abundance that's not just on its way to you. It's already arrived. It's been hovering, waiting for the right moment. Waiting for your spirit to quiet down. Waiting for you to release the need to control. Waiting for you to trust. And now that you've released, the gates are open. Abundance is not just near, it is pouring. This abundance will show up in unexpected ways, in sudden phone calls, in strange alignments, in last-minute miracles. You might walk into a room and find that someone already spoke your name in favor. You might receive emails that change the direction of your life. You might get checks you weren't even expecting. Favor is now magnetized to your presence. Every space you enter will begin to shift. Every conversation will carry your breakthrough. Because you are in the divine slipstream of favor. What once required your constant effort is now being sustained by divine orchestration. You are not walking alone. You're being carried, supported, propelled. And not only is the effort no longer required, it's no longer allowed. If you try to go back to the old grind, the door won't open. If you try to force it, it will resist. That's because the vibration you're in now is sacred. You're not in survival anymore. You've graduated. You're now in the class of flow. You were never meant to live in lack. That season was a classroom, not a sentence. It was preparation, not punishment. And you passed. Not only did you pass, you passed with honors. And now, your reward is being released in measures you cannot measure. You're being paid in fullness, paid in peace, paid in prosperity, paid in presence. The effort has ended, chosen one, because the abundance has already begun. Your new chapter is not filled with labor. It's filled with laughter, with light, with limitless provision. You're about to discover what it feels like to be sustained without struggling, to be lifted without pushing, to be favored without forcing. This is the divine rhythm, the cadence of the blessed, and you are walking in it now. There is a rhythm to miracles, and it starts in surrender. And you, dear soul, have finally surrendered. You stopped trying to prove. You stopped needing to earn. You started simply being. And the moment you did, heaven took over. That is the moment the universe said, now. Now is the time. Now is the season. Now is the release. Everything that you used to chase is now chasing you. Everything you once tried to earn is now finding you without a fight. Money is coming with ease. Breakthroughs are happening without delay. Support is appearing out of nowhere. You'll look back and wonder how it happened so quickly. But that's what grace does. It makes up for all the time you lost in effort. It restores all the energy you spent trying. It replaces every tear with treasure. The stress you carried, it's being replaced with supernatural peace. The fear you held, it's dissolving in favor. The doubt that used to follow you, it's being drowned out by divine confirmation. The whispers of lack are being silenced by the roar of overflow. You've entered a different frequency now. A frequency where blessings locate you by design, not by demand. You're going to feel lighter now, not just emotionally, but spiritually, and even physically. Things that used to feel heavy will now feel effortless. Tasks you dreaded will now be filled with joy. The heaviness is being lifted. You're being filled with a lightness that only comes from alignment, from flow, from divine rest. Keep your heart open. Keep your energy receptive, because everything is about to shift in your favor. This is not motivation, it's manifestation. This is not fantasy, it's fact in progress. The abundance that begins now will not pause. It will not skip. It will not be taken away. This is your new normal. This is your divine inheritance. You're not behind. You're not late. You're right on time. Everything you've gone through brought you here. Everything that felt like failure was really foundation. Everything that collapsed was clearing space. You didn't lose. You were being aligned. And now that you're aligned, the floodgates are open. Let this be your confirmation, your release, your reminder. Chosen one, your effort ends here, and abundance begins now. You've spent a lifetime thinking you had to fight for what was already yours, but no more. That season is over. You are no longer in the wilderness. You're in the promised flow. And it's flowing not because you're chasing it, but because you finally learned to trust. That trust is the golden key. That surrender is the switch. And now that you've turned the switch on, everything is lighting up. You're not here to labor for your blessings. You're here to live in them. The illusion of not enough has been shattered. You're no longer measuring your life by effort, but by alignment. Not by productivity, but by presence. You don't need to prove your worth with what you do anymore. Your presence alone opens doors. Your energy speaks before your words. Your vibration brings in favor before your hands even touch a task. That's the frequency of abundance, and you're tuned into it now. You've walked through storms and deserts and heartbreaks that tried to convince you that blessings only come through hard labor. But now you see, blessings come through divine timing, through rest, through faith. You've stepped into the realm where peace creates results, where stillness produces progress, where calm accelerates manifestation. And it's because the universe no longer requires your fight. It only requires your flow. The greatest abundance doesn't come when your schedule is packed. It comes when your spirit is full. And right now, your spirit is overflowing with divine connection. You are aligned with what's already yours. And so it's finding its way to you, without confusion, without resistance, without struggle. You've entered into your receiving season, and what's coming will be so big, so beautiful, so beyond your expectations. It'll silence every doubt you ever had. You don't need to go looking anymore. Everything is looking for you. The love you once begged for. It's being offered to you without you saying a word. The money you once tried so hard to earn, it's flowing in like a steady stream. The breakthroughs you tried to manufacture with your own hands, they're happening without effort. Why? Because you're in the divine slipstream now, where things don't come by stress, but by supernatural speed. There is a version of you being revealed right now, a version of you who is calm, grounded, magnetic. You are attracting abundance not because of what you're doing, but because of what you've become. You've become someone who believes again, someone who expects again, someone who allows. And that alone has shifted your entire reality. The effort is no longer necessary because your identity has changed. You're not the same person you were when you were struggling. You've elevated. You've been refined. You've been shaped into someone who understands the difference between effort and energy, between hustle and harmony. And that understanding is what makes you unstoppable in this new season. You now know that alignment opens doors faster than action ever could. That intention is louder than noise. That rest is not laziness. It is divine strategy. The tables are turning for you now. The very things that drained you before are now becoming sources of renewal. Where there was once emptiness, there is overflow. Where there was once delay, there is divine acceleration. Where there was once frustration, there is now favor. You're being restored from the inside out, and everything on the outside is about to reflect that. Every closed door was just a redirection. Every rejection was a protection, and every struggle was a setup for this current abundance. Nothing was wasted. Not a single tear. Not a single setback. It all added up to this divine moment. And now that you've stopped trying to force it, it's unfolding with grace. You'll notice it in little ways first. A compliment that opens a new connection. A small opportunity that multiplies. A sudden rest that leaves you refreshed instead of guilty. These are the signs. Signs that you're walking with favor now. Signs that the universe has placed its hands gently on your shoulders and said, "Rest now." It's already handled. No longer will you associate success with stress. From this point forward, success will feel soft, gentle, peaceful. And yet, it will be powerful. Because this new level of success isn't built on burnout. It's built on balance, on divine alignment, on trusting that the same energy that created the stars is now creating miracles in your life. And the beauty of it all? You don't have to do anything to earn it. You just need to receive it. You just need to stay open, stay grateful, stay in the knowing that what's coming is bigger than anything you've ever had to chase. You're not chasing anymore. You're being chased, not by stress, but by success, not by fear, but by favor, not by anxiety, but by abundance. There is a reason the door wouldn't open when you knocked with force. It's because it was designed to open only when your spirit was still. And now it's wide open. You are walking through gates that once resisted you. Not because you tried harder, but because you trusted deeper. This is what it looks like to move with the divine. This is what it feels like to be carried instead of crushed. So when you feel tempted to hustle your way through the day, pause. Remember who you are now. Remember what you've been called into. You've been invited into a life of supernatural provision, of ease, of flow. And that doesn't mean there won't be movement. It means the movement will be led by peace. That's the new compass. Peace is your green light now. From this moment on, you'll realize that miracles don't always require motion. Sometimes they just need your presence, your belief, your openness. And now that you've given all three, the blessings have no reason to delay. They are free to find you. And they are. Your name is being mentioned in rooms you haven't walked into. Your destiny is being fast-tracked behind the scenes. You're about to receive good news that feels like it came out of nowhere. But you'll know exactly why it's happening. It's happening because you're no longer trying. You're simply trusting. Stay rooted in that trust. Let it be your anchor when the noise of the world tries to pull you back into effort. Let it be your reminder when your mind starts trying to calculate, fix, or force. You don't need to manage every detail. The details are being divinely handled. The path is being cleared. The abundance is being released. This is your new beginning. A life where everything flows, where everything aligns, where everything comes to you at the perfect time. Chosen one, you are stepping into your soft season, and it is filled with everything you once believed was too good to be true. But now, it's simply yours. It's time you realize something deep in your bones. This life of abundance, this state of flow, this divine favor, it's not temporary. It's not seasonal. It's not here today and gone tomorrow. It's your new normal. You've stepped out of survival mode and into supernatural sustainability. You're not waiting for the next disaster. You're not living in fear of the next downfall. You're being stabilized, supported, and spiritually strengthened every single day. The effort that once exhausted you has been replaced with a grace that energizes you. You are not running on adrenaline anymore. You are flowing in assurance. You know who you are now. You know what you carry. And you know what's flowing to you. The desperation has dissolved. The striving has stopped. You don't need to prove yourself to be provided for. You are being provided for simply because you exist in alignment with what is meant for you. Every time you chose peace over panic, every time you trusted when things looked uncertain, every time you surrendered the need to control, you made room for this divine overflow. You created space for the miracle. You allowed abundance to find you because you stopped blocking it with doubt. That's why this shift feels so radical. Because for the first time in a long time, you're not trying to make anything happen. You're just allowing it to unfold. You are now living in harmony with the law of divine ease. That means opportunities that once felt out of reach are now appearing naturally. That means connections that once seemed impossible are becoming effortless. That means your name is traveling faster than your footsteps. You are being remembered by people you've never met, chosen by people you've never asked, elevated by situations you didn't orchestrate. This is how the divine works when you surrender the illusion of effort and step into the truth of flow. Your days of being tired before the day even begins are over. Your days of questioning your worth are over. Your days of trying to be 10 people in one body are over. You're no longer trying to be everything for everyone. You're simply being exactly what you were designed to be. And that is more than enough. Let that settle in your spirit. You don't have to run anymore. The race is over. The prize is yours. And the prize is peace. The prize is provision. The prize is power. Not the kind you force, but the kind that flows through you effortlessly. This is a supernatural recalibration. You are being tuned to the highest frequency of prosperity. People around you will start noticing something different. They'll say you look lighter, sound freer, move with more purpose. That's because the weight you once carried has been lifted. The invisible chains that kept you grinding in survival mode have snapped. You've outgrown the old reality. You're now living as the person who receives without rushing, who attracts without begging, who flourishes without forcing. This abundance isn't based on how much you hustle. It's based on how much you trust. And your trust is deep now. It's rooted, unshakable. That trust is what's accelerating your timeline. What used to take you years to manifest is now showing up in days. Because the more you relax, the more rapidly things arrive. The more you release control, the more things align. You were never meant to beg for what was promised. You were never meant to live burnt out. That version of you, the one who felt like it was all on your shoulders, they're being laid to rest. And in their place, a new version has emerged. One that glows, one that receives, one that is fully supported, fully loved, and fully aligned with abundance. The world may still try to tell you that hard work is the only way to succeed, but you've seen the truth now. You've tasted the fruit of alignment, and nothing can convince you to return to a life of exhaustion. You know now that the most powerful shifts happen not when you push harder, but when you get still. When you quiet the noise and listen to your spirit. That's where the guidance is. That's where the clarity is. That's where the favor lives. And now that you're living in this place of stillness and trust, everything around you is changing. Money is no longer a source of stress. It's a stream that flows to you with consistency. Relationships are no longer chaotic. They're balanced and life-giving. Your daily experiences are no longer draining. They're refreshing. Because you are refreshed. You are renewed. You are restored. Let this be your daily rhythm now. Wake up, align, receive. No panic, no proving. Just presence, just peace, just flow. You don't need to chase anything today. If it's meant for you, it knows how to find you. And if it's not meant for you, you no longer want it. That's how powerful your alignment has become. The blessings that are coming in this season are not just about quantity. They are about quality. You will have what you love. You will keep what brings you joy. You will steward what fills your soul. You are no longer making space for what drains you. You're only saying yes to what reflects your divine worth. And the universe is responding. It sees your boundaries. It sees your healing. It sees your alignment. And because of that, it is sending things you don't have to recover from. People you don't have to beg to stay. Opportunities you don't have to bend over backwards to maintain. That is what abundance really is. Freedom from the things that used to keep you bound. There is a softness surrounding you now. Not weakness, softness. A gentle power that makes room for more. More rest, more joy, more clarity, more money, more peace. And all of it comes not from chasing, but from receiving. Not from burning out, but from being present. Not from planning every move, but from allowing the divine to move through you. You are now living in a state of favor so strong that even your smallest steps are amplified. Even your quietest prayers are answered. Even your most subtle intentions are honored. Because the universe knows you now. It recognizes your signature, and it's not going to let anything meant for you pass you by. You're not even halfway through the blessings that are being lined up for you. The best is not behind you. The best is just now beginning. This new ease that you feel, it's permanent. This overflow that's approaching, it's sustainable. This peace that surrounds you, it's the new foundation of your entire life. And the only thing you had to do to receive it all was stop trying so hard. You let go. You trusted. And because of that, you are now living the reward. This is not a lucky moment. This is a divine outcome. This is not a coincidence. This is confirmation. Chosen one, you are standing at the gate of a completely different life. And the gate is already open. There's a new rhythm pulsing through your life now. It's not the sound of grinding gears or heavy footsteps. It's the sound of alignment, steady, calm, powerful. You don't wake up with dread anymore. You don't carry anxiety as your companion. What you carry now is confidence. What you wake up with now is clarity. You no longer question whether abundance is coming. You know it is here. Not someday. Not eventually. Now. And because it's here, You walk differently. You speak differently. You move with grace, with certainty, with purpose. No longer driven by the need to prove anything. You're led by the assurance that what's yours is inevitable. You've outgrown your old fears. You've outgrown the habit of doubting every good thing that happens to you. You've even outgrown the belief that you have to fix everything. You're no longer the fixer, you're the receiver. And as a receiver, you are now magnetic to miracles. They come in forms you wouldn't expect. Someone gives you something that solves a problem you didn't even speak aloud. A chance meeting turns into a blessing that shifts everything. Your rest becomes productive. Your silence becomes powerful. Because now you understand. True effort is not loud. True alignment is not frantic. It's calm. It's sacred. It's still. You're living proof that you don't have to break yourself to be blessed. You're walking evidence that divine overflow doesn't require burnout. It simply requires belief. The version of you who needed constant reassurance is gone. You're standing in your knowing now, and that knowing is your compass. It points you only toward what matches your frequency of favor. There's a spiritual upgrade happening inside you. You no longer respond to fear-based thoughts. You no longer give your energy to situations that scream urgency, but lack alignment. You don't jump at everything that demands your attention. You move from intuition now, from inner truth, from peace, because peace is the proof. If it doesn't feel like peace, it isn't your assignment. Your soul is now your CEO. Your spirit is your strategist. And your heart is the headquarters of every decision you make. You trust yourself now. You don't have to ask for permission to receive. You don't wait for approval to accept the blessing. You know it's yours. You know it's time. And because of that inner conviction, the universe is delivering non-stop confirmation. Things that took you years in the past will now take months. Things that took months will take weeks. You're being quantum leaped through timelines because you've stopped resisting. You've stopped overthinking. You've stopped doubting your worth. And the moment you did that, the spiritual traffic cleared. Your lane is wide open now, and your flow is uninterrupted. You're not watching others get blessed and wondering when your turn will come. You are the turn. You're not next. You're now. You're not waiting. You're walking. You're not guessing. You're guided. And that shift has changed everything. You don't feel like a stranger to your dreams anymore. You feel at home in them. You feel worthy of them. And because you feel that way, they are manifesting faster than ever before. Every cell in your body is catching up to this new truth. You're supported. You're sustained. You're supernaturally surrounded by grace. You're not alone in this. You never were. But now, you're aware of it. And that awareness is the bridge between desire and destiny. It's the reason your manifestations are multiplying. You've stopped chasing and started choosing. And the universe is responding to that energy like never before. You're stepping into what some will call impossible. But you know better. You know it's inevitable. You know that what's about to happen was always meant to. The delay wasn't denial. It was preparation. And now that you're prepared, the abundance is being released without restriction. The old you would have felt guilty for receiving this much. You would have questioned if it was too good to be true. You would have self-sabotaged just to feel safe. But not anymore. That version of you no longer runs the show. The healed you is in charge now. The empowered you. The peaceful you. And that version of you is unstoppable. You're not trying to escape your past anymore. You're creating from your present. You're not haunted by what didn't work. You're excited about what's working now. And it's working, not because you're forcing it, but because you're finally flowing with it. You're not a worker in your life anymore. You're the architect of abundance. You're building without strain. You're designing without delay. And everything you've ever needed is showing up. Not because you begged, but because you believed. Your faith has opened portals. Your rest has become your resistance to struggle. Your presence has become your power source. You don't chase what's already chasing you. You don't ask for what's already been granted. You simply receive, knowing that receiving is a sacred act of trust. Your energy speaks louder than words now. You walk into spaces and shift atmospheres. You touch projects and they accelerate. You speak, and things begin to move. Why? Because your energy is aligned with abundance. Your presence is carrying prosperity. You've become a vessel, not of effort, but of overflow. And this overflow is not just for a moment. It's not a temporary visit. It's a permanent homecoming. You're not having a good season. You're stepping into a great life. You're not experiencing luck. You're walking in divine timing. You're not lucky. You're aligned. And alignment doesn't come with chaos. It comes with clarity. Let this part of your journey be the proof you needed. You don't have to work yourself into the ground to live in abundance. You don't have to be burned out to be blessed. You don't have to be exhausted to be extraordinary. You are allowed to be soft and successful. You are allowed to rest and still rise. You are allowed to do less and receive more. And now, more is on the way, because you finally stopped trying to carry it all alone. You surrendered. You opened your hands. You trusted that what's meant for you won't miss you. And because of that sacred shift, everything is aligning. The resources, the relationships, the results, all of it is flowing to you in perfect order, at perfect speed, in perfect peace.